Hello, everyone. I have been using M5 for a while. In the 33rd issue, we mainly offer some decorations of the M5 and knife models. Then the whole spacing of M5 is the same as the whole spacing of A7. So, to better record my life in a notebook. So my second issue is related to A7 and knife molds. Today, I will introduce to you what are the product contents. First is the privacy page section. This time, we have two types of privacy pages. The first one is the classical window pattern. It comes from a previous New Year lottery ticket. One of the elements, I designed it to look like a lace. So the knife line of this one is very complex. You need to adjust the pressure according to your machine or press it back and forth several times. And in the process of making the effect, I found that using thin paper to press this one is better than using thick paper to press this one. Personally, I think thin paper looks better. It's very light and it is also very textured. You can use some thin paper to have a try. This time, there is no reinforcement for this privacy page. Because after using it for a period of time, I found that it didn't have much impact, so I removed the reinforcement strip. The second one is a relatively girly style. It's a lace hem and some butterfly decorations. Considering that we write handbooks, most of them are lovely girls. There will be some, such as menstruation and weight, which are more private, and some other personal questions. So we designed a privacy page in this style. The inner page is, this is a product that will be introduced later. The lace inner page. Of course, you can also put some finished inner pages. The privacy page is 85 mm wide, so it applies to most A7 inner page products. This is the A7 split page. Wow, the separator just does a formality this time, but there are two types. The first one, which is the lucky centimeter ruler, which is red, and the green one is the inch ruler of happy. First, they can be pasted together by themselves. So they both have small ears on the top and bottom, so that they can be aligned by themselves. If you like both of them, they can also be pasted together. This way, you can get a combination of a centimeter ruler and an inch ruler on the back. Both rulers have corresponding text, which is happy. And this one is called lucky. You can cut different colors to collide. In addition, there are blinks and days on the ears. Days are down and up. You can stick them on the top or bottom. Let me translate this. This Mickey-themed one I made. This one uses a patterned background, so I also did some color blocking, but maybe the pattern of the ruler will not be so clear. If you use solid color paper to make this ruler, it will be very clear. Let's take a look. This is my first version of the prototype. Ignore this hole. This hole was later repaired to be smaller. This is the first version. I used a solid color paper and a cold table, and the letters are in a colorful and a color block. This is the effect of solid color. And then we got to this big project, which is the inner page. The first inner page is the same as M5. It's a right-angled inner page with happy planner on it. The inner page is a very basic this style. Time, I made a bears with a punch. Yes, this one can actually cut any materials and put these materials in your notebook to make a collection. If you cut some nice background paper, it can also actually be used as a split page. This one, it can be used as a double-sided page itself. Of course, it can also be used with the low storage pocket for a pasting. Both forms are okay. Wow, next is our second inner page. The second inner page is the ruffle. This functional page, which can be used to record some girly things. And of course, it can be used with the lace privacy page can be used together. Their styles are consistent. It can be said to be tailor-made. Here I'll show you the solid color paper again. This is the effect, which may be clearer. Next is the functional inner page of this universal monthly calendar. This inner page, I first posted it on this Xiaohongshu. This is an example of my usage, but at that time, the students of M5 said it was great. I released the M5 version before the A7. This is the A7 version. Except for the different layout, the A7 version also has a separate element for the week above. You can do a color contrast. Here I show you a new style I made, which combines with my Mickey version. I made this month's calendar to match its color. It's a general color blocking effect. You can refer to it. And then there's this long calendar. It was also the first one posted on this Xiaohongshu. Because the effect was good, so I released the M5 first. The A7 will also be released as promised. One thing to note here is that the difference between A7 and M5 is that the small strip of M5 is universal. But for A7, comes with 12 months and blank pages. Its accessories. M5 and A7 can be used interchangeably. That is to say, if you also have the long strip calendar of you can M5, use the months here. Well, the two sides can be matched with each other. This one is also a new inner page. The style of the inner page is a notebook style, and a relatively shallow horizontal grid. I want to talk about this one. How to say, it's actually the earliest version of mine. I wanted to make it a project page. And I have a rule for this project page. That is, what blocks are on the left, and then the project progress, and then the record of time, and finally a photo of the completed project. However, after writing for a while, I found that its layout was too fixed. Yes. Which leads me to think it might be for a lot of people, not particularly practical. So I finally gave up on it. I changed it to the current version, which is a very free note page. I mainly want to use it to make my own project initiation page. Well, the proposal page is the starting point. I want to use textured or beautiful paper to remember this inspiration, and then to remind myself this thing is very important and more formal. The display. It's a project I built for this anniversary celebration. To establish a project and then made a storage bag. There will be a specific explanation later. The next page is for recording things. I really like the design of this inner page, especially the embossed part in the upper right corner. I think it's very textured. Yes. And I also matched it with a photo cutting accessory, a small accessory. There is also a small accessory for cutting photos in the middle. When you stick it on, the embossing on the page will not disappear. I think it looks very nice. So what do I mainly use it for? I mainly use it to make a time to record the progress of an event at different times. Let me give you an example. For example, I started cycling this year. I just want to open this page. And I put a photo of my bike in the upper right corner and write the content to be recorded on the left. There's a distinction below. The left side can write the time, and the right side can write the specific content. And then you can stick it to another page. You can record the details of each time, or mood records, which is fine. What else do I want to record? It's about an event, its long-term state. Different states at different times. Yeah, I have many pens that I use at the same time. And each pen is filled with different ink. So I want to use this page to record. What pen is this? And what ink is filled in it? When was the first time filled with ink? When was it cleaned? And whether the ink has been changed. In the latter part, I want to make a color card of the ink and its color test. If I have more than one pen, I can make multiple pages of this pen. Writing records like this. This booklet is convenient for me to check the condition of each of my pens. I think these 2 pages are suitable for recording. The continuation of a state of things. It records what happened in different states. Of course, you can simply also as a record of photos. Then I have to talk about the inner page. I made this inner page after finishing the file box. So I bought some tapes, and I wanted to make it beautiful. A tape guide card. In this form. So this inner page was created. Wow. I have a display of the usage effect here. What kind of tapes can be used here? You see, I have 2 rows here. Most of the tapes I bought are this width. I checked the small rolls on the market. Should be about the same width. 4 very thin ones, you can stick 4 very wide ones, you can just stick. If it's 1.5 wide, you can stick 2. For this page, I'm just recording the things in front of this. You can make a pair of stickers on this page. If you don't do the alignment, you make a tape guide card. I don't do the alignment. Look at the back of it. I just use it directly because the tape will directly cover the texture on the back. So I don't think it will have a big impact. In addition to the tape, you need this pattern card. I think for those who do crafts, also need a picture card for paper. So I took out the elements of patchwork before. I made a paper sample pattern page. Wow. Here I show you a general usage effect. Here are some papers I have used recently. I recorded them. I recorded the weight, color, and where I bought it, and the price, and what projects they are suitable for. Yeah, it's like a small summary for me. So that when I make some handmade products I can also check which paper is more suitable. Or a color card comparison. Of course, it can also be used in the project as something. Let me give you an example. Well, in order to give you this New Year gift package, I created a project. In this project, I finally decided to make this desk calendar. Then I made a desk calendar. I need to make a proofing effect for everyone to see. Then I took my first finished product, the paper patterns I used, and what products it was matched with. And I recorded them all on this picture card. So this inner page, it acts as a paper sample in the project, a paper sample picture card. Inside. Next is a page called Top 3. It's a 2-folded page, and there are 3 windows inside, with some decorations like 1, 2, 3. What was the original design idea? After it's folded in half, you can fold over the window, and then you can reveal the photo inside. How is the photo attached? It's attached to this piece of paper, in the dotted box on the back. After folding it in half and open the window from this side, you can see this small window. It's very simple to make, but I think it can be placed in this notebook. Can make the form of your photos. Is particularly rich. I made a case here. The effect is that I use the long monthly calendar in front of me to record some key events of each month. And these items are all ones I have taken photos of. And then I will put these photos. To put these photos in the form of a notebook. And put them behind to show them. Wow, then this long is like a divider for me, which is divided by month. You can use this simple form of a notebook to record some daily life photos. I think this is a good way. Or you can also turn it into a part of your handmade notebook, like Top 3. This is me in November and I have already started recording. Just when I'm done recording the photo pages I have prepared later, I can add my photos to it. I think this is also a good form of record. It can be a reference for everyone. In this way, for 12 months, you can open in A7 book separately. Here's something to note. This can be matched with 20 issues. This mini Polaroid on the inner page, it's his Polaroid frame. You can use it in the inner page to decorate it. It is more suitable for solid color paper. You can stick some Polaroid frames of some colors on the patterned paper. You can stick some solid color paper by matching them with each other, which will make the inner page more rich and more beautiful colors. Finally arrived at our storage item. This time, the storage pockets are also made in 2 types. The first one is the lower lace pocket. Wow, Watch this part Listen carefully to me about the 玩法 and folding method of this pocket. First, after you press it out, turn the lower half over onto the front side. Then you will find that your low pocket. There are many back patterns. It doesn't matter. I have made accessories Just stick here. It on. In this way, you can ensure that the entire surface is free of patterns and texture-free, which will look very nice. This is a single-layer pocket, and I have made a bare head window for it. A window. And you can make it a double pocket. Just apply double-sided tape to the edge of the paper. Apply double-sided tape. That's it. Don't change it. Apply double-sided tape and stick it on this white part. Then it can be turned into a double-layer pocket. Pocket effect. At that time, I will record a simple teaching video. While its right angles to this inner page in front of me can be pasted together, so that you can ensure there is no texture on the front and back. It will look very nice. This simple A7. The low open storage bag is ready. Let me show you the finished product. This time, there is also a high-waisted one. Such a windowed storage bag. Its playing method is, the yellow and white parts you see in the video are separate, and they are not integrated. So this one is only suitable for thin paper, 120 to 180 grams. For thick paper, it will cause the holes not to align completely. It will look ugly. Well, for the middle window you can use this sulfuric acid or a transparent PVC bag as a partition for its windows, and then store some materials or photos. I think it will look very nice. Let me show you. This effect is made with a Mickey theme. Made with this beautiful background paper, it will be more delicate and beautiful. You must try to use this kind of sulfuric acid paper in the middle. It will have unexpected effects. When it comes to this storage bag, I have to mention these two sticky notes, which is also a new style this time. The one on the right is a light horizontal texture, a right angle note. The left one is a wavy lace pattern. There are two kinds. The ring used in the two is the 7-hole ring of Guoyu. In the New Year gift package behind, it also uses this loose leaf ring. You can use this notepad alone. Of course, it can also be combined with our high-waisted storage bag to make a combination to use together. The length of this notepad is not a 7 size. Inside page, you can use 80 to 120 grams of paper, and the front and back covers. You can use paper of 180 to 250 grams. In this way, you can insert the back page inserted into this high-waisted storage pocket. In this way, the ring of the notepad will be completely exposed above the inner page. It won't rub against the existing pages and won't leave marks. This combination is suitable for A7. The loose leaf does not have this side pocket, but you want to add a supplementary inner page to it. Wow, you can achieve it perfectly. But if your A7 loose leaf book has this kind of side insertion pocket, you can just insert the main note directly into it to achieve a way to add inner pages. We previously released a version of the insert note in M5. This kind of memo is relatively small. It's suitable for this kind of through position. Well, I'll show you here for comparison. It can also be used in A7, but it's a little small. The new 2 memo pads and the old version of the insert note are suitable for notebooks. You can choose and match according to your own preferences. Oh, above all, these 18 products are the introduction of A7. The first part is because the multifunctional storage bag on the right. It has many functions of its own. So let's meet again in the next video.